Good evening and welcome to the channel's studios here in London and with your international news around the world in 5. Thousands of people are being evacuated downstream of a major dam which has been blown up in Russian-held Ukraine.
50 хвилин ночі стався цей вибух.
President Zelensky said 80 towns and villages were at risk of flooding after the destruction of the dam at Nova Kakhovka, which he blamed on Russia. Water is surging down the Dnipro River and is said to pose a catastrophic risk to the city of Kherson, some streets and houses of which have already been badly flooded. Russia has denied destroying the dam, which it controls, instead blaming Ukrainian shelling. At least 16,000 people have been evacuated, according to Ukrainian authorities.
The destruction of the Kakhovka Dam today puts thousands of civilians at risk and causes severe environmental damage. This is an outrageous act which demonstrates once again the brutality of Russia's war in Ukraine.
They will be doing other similar things as well. And I would say as well that Russia has now in this war committed a large number of attacks against critical infrastructure. Therefore, this seems to be part of a pattern.
5 days after a deadly 3-train crash killed at least 275 people in India, close to 100 bodies remain unclaimed. The crash on Friday evening in the state of Odisha involved 2 passenger trains and a stationary goods train. More than 1,000 injured people were taken to hospitals for treatment. Many families say they are still looking for loved ones. Trains have restarted using the line where the crash happened, which is thought to be India's worst rail accident this century. Prince Harry has accused the tabloid press of casting him in the role of being thick and a cheat in his case against Mirror Group newspapers. He arrived at the High Court amid huge media interest.
Your left, mate.
In a witness statement released as he gave evidence, Harry said as a teenager he had played up to the headlines, putting him in a downward spiral. He also said his voicemails had been hacked, leaving him feeling he couldn't trust anybody. He claims journalists unlawfully gathered information, which MGN denies. Shortages of food, medicines and especially water are becoming extremely acute as clashes escalate in Sudan's greater capital just 2 days after a ceasefire deal expired. Fierce fighting between the Sudanese armed forces and the rival Rapid Support Forces has intensified and spread across the greater capital area of Sudan, comprising Khartoum, Omdurman and Khartoum North, as well as in Darfur. The fighting has further exacerbated the already precarious humanitarian situation in the country. Canada is on track to face its worst ever year of wildfire destruction. The country has been battling what experts believe is the most severe wildfire season on record. About 8.2 million acres of land has already been burned. That's about 13 times more than the average over the last decade. Officials say that warm and dry conditions are forecast to persist through the end of the summer. And Apple has unveiled a much-anticipated augmented reality headset, Apple Vision Pro, in its first major hardware launch for almost a decade. Apple CEO Tim Cook said the new headset seamlessly blends the real world and the virtual world. The tech firm also announced its latest iPhone operating system as well as updates to its MacBook Air. The headset has a 2-hour battery life and costs $3,499, considerably more than its Facebook rival sets. It will be released early next year in the United States.
Being aware of your surrounding, having the person that is close to you actually materialize when you're fully immersed is huge for safety and and personal security. I also feel that it helps with the connection that you still have with people. So you are fully immersed, but you're not cut off by your reality. And I think that sets the tone to what this technology could really be.
And that's your international news around the world in 5. Now back to the channel's studios in Lagos.